This is our world, with our ocean, which in our minds looks like this. However, that's not the only image that exists. Every year, 8.8 million tons of plastics are dumped into the ocean. That's about the same as a garbage truck's worth of plastic getting dumped into our waters every second, which makes this our reality. And plastic is not the only substance with harmful or poisonous effects when dumped into the environment, also called pollution. But oil, chemicals, and other waste all have a drastic impact on our planet Earth, which does not only affect the animals on land, but also your air, your water, your food, and therefore your health. More than 9 out of 10 people in the world live in places where air pollution exceeds safety limits, which could cause strokes, heart diseases, and lung cancer. While we are fully aware that it is the fourth largest threat to human health, behind high blood pressure, dietary risks, and smoking. It is estimated that 3 million deaths worldwide were caused because of exposure to outdoor air pollution in 2017. That is 5.4% of all global deaths, more than the number of people killed by HIV, tuberculosis, and road injuries combined. The pollution of the earth all started during the Industrial Revolution during the mid-19th century, which brought new discoveries. The side effects of these inventions really came to notice during the mid-20s, showing serious health impacts as a result of smog created by coal. Soon after, the Clean Air Act and the Clean Water Act were introduced. Both acts changed the air and water pollution control and made it possible to limit emissions and standards affecting both. One of the worst polluting accidents of the previous century was the Bhopal disaster in India, caused by water entering a storage tank, which triggered a chemical reaction. The released gas sparkled in the streetlights and slumped near the factory. More than 500,000 people were exposed to the gas. Some died in their sleep, some were trampled to death trying to escape it. 3,000 died immediately. 7,000 died in the next few days, and 15,000 died years later from various illnesses. And even more than 30 years later, 700 children in Bhopal are registered with autism and disorders. The environmental challenge may have shown its effects a long time ago. Nonetheless, we are still facing the problem of pollution, and the main cause is still industrial waste. However, also ammonia that is used in agricultural activities and gases emitted by cars or other vehicles are factors of pollution at the moment. The red dots shown represent a poor air quality. Yellow is moderate and blue or green are good or reasonable. Notice that in the east of Europe the air pollution is even worse than it is in the UK, while the citizens there are already noticing the effects. The Brixton Road in London breaches the yearly limit of toxic nitrogen dioxide within 2 months, which used to be done in less than a week. While the London mayor took dirty buses off polluted routes and increased the prices for travelling with more polluting vehicles, more action is needed. The government placed a £3.5 billion plan to improve air quality, since the highly polluted air causes about 23,500 early deaths per year across the nation. So, in short, pollution is caused when substances with harmful or poisonous effects are dumped into the environment. Pollution started in the Industrial Revolution, but we are still facing the consequences that it brings, such as autism and developmental delays with children in Bhopal. And while many governments are focusing on the environmental challenge of pollution, it is difficult, since it could only be resolved or at least decreased by educating people and reminding them that turning off the lights, computer, and other electric appliances after use already makes a change. However, with more than 6 billion residents on the planet, it is a challenge to educate and motivate on such a large scale. But don't forget that it all starts with one person, you.